This video is about geo-arbitraging and why it is the easiest way to instantly increase your status. And we all know that higher status means more options, more opportunity, which equals to more freedom. So freedom is what we want in life, right? And the thing is, I did this, guys. I did this and it literally changed my life. And I'm going to explain to you how you can do it too. And I will do that by giving you a comparison. Because you have person A and person B. Both these guys are called Nick, okay? Like this is just Nick and this is just Nick and he lives like, he's a normie, he lives like a normal life, okay? But B version of Nick, let's just call him person B, he's a status engineer. He follows my protocol, okay? And the difference between these guys is person A lives in Amsterdam or in London and he does quite well. He's like a sales guy, he makes like 6K a month. While person B, let's be conservative, he makes 2.5 grand a month. Okay, he makes 2.5 grand a month. But the thing is, he understands the principle of geo-arbitraging. So instead of living in Amsterdam, he lives in Thailand. Yes, he makes 2.5 grand, but by living in Thailand, his relative money is more than 6 grand. His relative money is closer to 7.5 to 10 grand. And he has a higher status. His status is increased because he is more attractive there. Like on average, Western European males are more attractive than Asian males. That's just basic knowledge, guys. So he is more attractive. He is from Europe. He has more status. He has more relative income. He has a more interesting story because everyone in Amsterdam just did the same thing, went to college, bought an apartment and, got a job. While this guy has an interesting story because he's from a different country. He moved to a new place. It's more interesting. So his status is increased and it's increased in two ways, a direct way and an indirect way. But before I explain to you what those things are, let me tell you a funny story. A funny story how I understood this principle, like how I learned this principle, because how I discovered the concept of arbitraging. And for the people that don't know what it is, arbitraging is from the finance world. It's you have an asset and an asset has a certain value. Let's say an asset is 100 bucks. That asset can have different values in different markets. So you can have the same asset, but just by positioning it in a different market, it can have a higher value. That's basically, and that difference is arbitraging. So you instantly make money of an asset by just moving it in a different market. We are the same. We need to see ourselves as assets. We have a certain value and our value can be different just by going into a different market. So we want to leverage that principle. We want to just leverage the most out of ourselves by going to the places in which we are worth the most. And how I discovered this was a funny story because sometimes in the weekend I went out. I went to the club. But the thing is, if I went in a club in my hometown, people knew me. Or let me like do something crazy, okay? But people knew me and I wasn't that. What is happening? Okay, wait. Let me cook for a second. I'm fucking things up. Okay, we're back. I needed to cook. Very hard for me to talk and to draw, but I like to go out sometimes. Okay, so I always went just to the clubs in my local hometown. But the thing is, what I noticed, I'm not that special because there are a lot of guys like me. Everybody talks like me. People look similar than me, and everybody already knows you. But one weekend, I went out with my cousin, and my cousin lives in a different area of the country, in an area where people talk differently. People look a little bit different, not that much, but I really look like a city boy. I don't know how to explain, but you can just see I'm from a city. While at that place, that was less the case. Okay, so I went out at her local club, and she lives in a big city. Don't get me wrong, but just in a different area of the country. And the amount of attention that I got and the amount of ease for me to get girls there was just crazy. And I just realized that because nobody knows me there, because I look a little bit different, because I talk differently with a different accent, I'm interesting. I have some kind of mystery aura around me. So girls just were interested in me. They thought, who is this guy? Where is he from? And That bit of mystery, that was the first time I discovered the concept of arbitrage, because nothing in me changed. I was exactly the same guy, but if I went out in my hometown, I just got a little bit of attention. But when I went out at her place, I got an enormous amount of attention, and I was just almost guaranteed to hook up with girls. It was that easy. And I was just thinking about it, like, how is that possible? And it's just because I have that mystery aura. And it made me think that you can just change your environment and your status just instantly increases. And this is on a micro level. So I would call this, what happened, I would call this micro arbitraging. So this is on a very low scale. This is just if you go to a different town, a different place, a different club. You can also do this on a bigger scale, like the macro arbitraging. This is just basically geo-arbitraging, what I was explaining, like what RB, okay, literally what person B does. And this is what I did. So, a long story short, around 8 months ago, I was in a bad place and I thought I need to do something with my life. But I understood this concept. I understood the concept of geo arbitraging and that my environment can leverage me, it can move me forward. So, what I did was, I just went to Thailand. I just went to a place and I knew at that place there are more entrepreneurs, there are more opportunities. I knew at that place I'm different, I'm unique, there are less people like me, and my relative income is way higher. And at that exact time, the funny thing is, you know what my income was? Zero. At the moment I went to Thailand, I had no income. I had like, what was it? I had like 16K in my bank account. So 16K was my money, but I didn't make any income. But I knew that if I went to Thailand and if I talk with the right people, I will get the best opportunities. And I can just spend my time working on certain skills, improving my skills. I decided to start social media. And if I just network with the right people, I will get the best opportunities and I will figure it out. Because I believed in the concept of geo arbitraging. And that's what happened, guys, because I spent 5 months in Thailand. I was planning to spend 6 months, but I got so many opportunities that I just left more early. And now in my hometown, I'm at my bedroom at my parents' home. But next week I go to Austria. I go to Vienna to live with my best friends in an apartment. It's just like my dream. I just live in Vienna in the city center with them, working on our business and just chilling, living a good life. Because I understood this concept. I understood that in my home country, I won't get any opportunities because everybody lives like the normie life, not the life that I want. I don't have any status because everybody is similar to me. My money is not worth that much. 16K in Thailand is like a year's salary. You can live, this is like relative to the West, I would say 16K is around 50K. It's around 50K, guys. It's that much. So I had enough money to just figure things out there. And you don't need to have that much money. If you have like 10K, you have enough to live 6 months in Thailand. And like I said, I just understood the macro and the micro level. So I knew I need to go to Thailand, the macro level. But on the micro level, I knew if I'm there, I need to go to, for example, that's what I did. I need to go to high-end gyms. High-end gyms, uh, spas, saunas, you know the shit. Spas, saunas, uh, beach bars slash clubs. I knew if I go to these places, especially gyms and spas, this is where entrepreneurs come. So I just met so many high network people and I knew how to present myself. So I just got in touch with them, talk with them. They like me, I like them, and I just got so many opportunities that I realized that there's, it's. I just need to laugh about this guy because it's so overpowered. Like what I would recommend to everyone is just if you have a little bit of money and you wanna make money online, instead of buying a course and working in your room, just go to Bali, go to Thailand, just go to places where more entrepreneurs go and just make friends with them, and you will get the best business opportunities in the world. You don't have to start your own business. You can just work for them. You can become an appointment setter. You can do customer service. You can do sales for them. You can do marketing for them. You can do so many things. Just focus on one skill. Learn that skill. Go to a place like this. Meet the right people. And you just start making money. And you can make like 2-3 grand a month easily, which is more than making 6 grand in London or Amsterdam. You have instantly a higher status, more relative income, and you have more freedom, a better quality of life. And like I said, 6 months ago, guys, when I moved, didn't make any money, and now I make like 6 grand a month, something like that. I'm not even sure about how much I make, but I make like 6 grand a month right now, just in a couple of months. Just I met the right people, worked on the right skills, got some opportunities, changed my whole perspective, and lived a better quality life. Because in Thailand, man, I can say I just went out for dinner every single day. Like in those 6 months, I didn't cook a single time. Always nice, 30 degrees, sun, palm trees, sea. It was just the best life, guys. And it's cheaper than living in West Europe. So the point of this video is that your environment is one of the most important things to increase your status. Yes, you can increase your signaling, your looks and stuff. You can increase your income, but if your environment is not on point, your life won't improve that much. But when your environment is perfect and your signaling is good, your income is good, you will live a crazy life. And you don't have to necessarily go to cheap countries. You can also go to, for example, a Dubai, where you don't pay any tax, which is a massive boost. Because if you make 10 grand a month in Dubai, you make 10 grand a month. Or if you make 10 grand a month in the Netherlands, you make like 6 grand a month. So even, and Dubai has a very high status vibe. So if you live in Dubai, everybody that follows you on social media thinks this guy lives in Dubai, he is high status. So you can go to, for example, Thailand, where it's more cheap, and you have like your local status is way higher. But you can also go to Dubai, where your local status is way lower, but your status outside Dubai is way higher. And your relative income is not that high, but you don't pay any taxes. So there are a lot of ways which I don't have time in this video to explain, but once you know the concept of geo-arbitraging, you can just leverage everything in order to massively increase your status and your freedom and your quality of life. So if you think it's interesting, you can join my private community. Just DM me YouTube or community on Instagram. My Instagram is linked below in the description, and I can see if you're a great fit for the community. In the community, I have exclusive video lessons with all the stuff, how I managed to make money online, get in touch with high network people, got a good physique, got a good signaling, know how to present myself. So that all that information is inside. Of course, it's a network, so all the people with similar values, similar goals are there, so you can create your own brotherhood. And above and beyond that, I do weekly calls in which I go way deeper into all this stuff. So if you think that is interesting, just DM me on Instagram, and I will hope to see you next time. Ciao.